Franny K. Stein, Mad Scientist, Book 4, The Fran That Time Forgot. Chapter 11, There's No Time Like the Present. Franny started hurtling forward again in time, back to the present. I was kind of cute when I was a baby, she said, smiling. I wonder how I'll look when I'm older, she said, tapping her finger on her chin. Franny was a very curious girl. Since I have the time warper device running, I guess it wouldn't hurt to have a little peek into the future, she said, and she went right past the present and into the future. With a flash and a pop and a little puff of smoke, Franny found herself in front of her house, sometime in the future. Chapter 12, You Should Be Ashamed of Yourself. At least, Franny thought this was her house. Thick smoke poured out of a huge chimney that punched out through the roof. Rusty drums of chemicals lay all over the yard. Terrible howls and screeches came from unseen creatures hiding within. I like what they've done with the place, Franny said approvingly. I'm just surprised that Mom decided to go with this look. She's usually so fussy. Franny eased her way past the front door, which was hanging by a single hinge. Inside, the living room was crawling with snakes and spiders and things that looked like maybe they were half snake and half spider. Perhaps a bit much, Franny said. Still, it's quite cozy. There was no sign of her family anywhere. Even Igor, who would have run to the door to meet her, was gone. She tiptoed up the stairs toward her bedroom laboratory and quietly pushed the door open. There, feverishly banging on a fiendish-looking device, was a tall, mad scientist that Franny knew could only be herself as a teenager. Chapter 13. Will you just listen to yourself? Teen Franny twisted the final screw on the machine she was constructing. The monster multiplier is finally complete. They were foolish to laugh at me, she grumbled as she began throwing switches. The monster multiplier started to whine and sizzle. But no more. Let's see how they like it when these monsters begin overrunning the planet. Soon they'll take over the entire world. There'll be no laughing then. The monster multiplier crackled. The door opened and out walked a monster. It looked a lot like the elephant toy she had decorated for baby Franny, but a lot bigger. It crackled again, and again the door opened. An identical elephant monster walked out. Soon the machine was making monster after monster. They jumped out the window and began waging terror on the streets. It won't be long now, Teen Franny said, and she grinned a mad scientist smile. An evil mad scientist smile. It won't be long before all the laughing stops. Franny gasped. Teen Franny was pretty handy in the monster-making machine department, and you had to give her credit for that. But she was evil. She was way beyond an acceptable amount of evil. She was really and truly evil, the kind of evil that had to be stopped. I did this to myself, Franny said. I never should have gone back in time, and I never should have changed my middle name. And she never should have walked backward into the arms of a five-eyed elephant monster, but she did that too. Chapter 14. You should have gotten a grip on yourself before yourself got a grip on you. Teen Franny looked angrily at Franny, who was struggling to free herself from the arms of the five-eyed monster. So what was it? Teen Franny said. Some sort of time machine? Sounds like something I might do. That's exactly what I did, Franny said. It's a beautiful, classic piece of mad science. Teen Franny huffed and pushed one of her monsters out the window. Please, Franny said. You have to stop this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of monsters, and I'm even fond of an occasional rampage, but what you're planning is beyond that. This is not just mad science. This is evil mad science. Why are you doing this? Teen Franny's eyes narrowed. Come on, Franny, you're me. You know why. Franny shook her head. Really, I don't. Teen Franny cruelly flicked a spider with her finger. The science fair, Franny. Remember the science fair?